It's going to be kind of hard for me or any leader to advise anyone about how to increase morale within their organization without understanding why the organization's morale is low to begin with. And the best way to do that is to conduct a needs assessment, and that's going to be through your people. Connecting with your employees is how you recognize why morale is low and what we need to do in order to improve morale. So case in point, I have a client now who morale is extremely low within the organization. Just did a survey and it's about 30%. And what we're recognizing is that many employees feel like the organization is doing too much. And so in order to increase morale, we're going to actually make sure that we scale back and focus on what's most important. That's going back to the strategic plan, what we said we're going to do, and if it's outside of that, we're not going to do it. So we keep the organization and our employees focused. But one thing I know will increase employee morale, and that's making sure your employees feel valued and appreciated. And many times leaders forget to do that. And so that's the biggest thing that employees want out of their leaders, because folks don't leave for money. They leave because they're not valued and appreciated. Start with that. If I had to narrow a leader who's living down to whom I admire the most, I'd have to say out of all, it'd be the 44th President of the United States, President Barack Obama. And I know it may sound cliche, but it's not. Understand this. When I think of a leader and whom I admire, I think about their intellect. I think about how they treat others. I think about how they react under pressure. I think about how inflappable they are. I think about their charisma. I think about what they bring to the conversation and to the table. And I see that in President Obama. And having an opportunity to meet him, having read many of his works, I understand why individuals admire him because of what he's done. And to take on all the pressure, 8 years in office, and do it with such grit, would do it with such perseverance, to do it with such intellect and humility, I totally admire him. So I would completely say out of all living, it would be the 44th President of the United States, President Barack Obama.